Hey everybody, I am posting to Twitter right now to make sure that the link goes out for our YouTube stream, along with many other places, including the MMAholes.com is where you can find this live stream every single time. I am Ray Highclack. To my right is the lovely human being known as Tim Danko, the bearded wonder. And we're about to wonder what the fuck happened at UFC 262. Thank you guys for watching. Tim, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm solid, Ray. How come I'm the bearded wonder when you have a beard? Actually, I will say this. I will give this up to you. You have a better beard than me because, as I've said many times, I can't. My beard's fake. What I mean by fake is like I have to use the hair. So one of the reasons I don't put my hair up is because I have to use the hair to hide the fact that I can't grow a full beard.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that, man, where they just can't grow like good facial hair. And honestly, I just give it up to like my gypsy genes for real. Like there is a part of me that has like that Polish Roma gypsy bullshit. So we like to grow beards. It's very Eastern European.
My brother can do it fine. My dad does it fine. It's just weird that I have like these bald spots up my cheeks, but I could definitely grow it. Like I have great mustache hair, right? Yeah, my upper lip it comes in hot, comes in strong, right? I got myself a good like nasty Russian man mustache. Like it's a good mustache. But I just what? If I lost weight, I just go straight mustache because I just have too much double chin not to try to hide it. I mean, I know I'm not really fooling anyone, but it definitely looks better than if I shave it and you just see like this beluga whale, just like triple chin, this giant. Oh, I don't know. What's that name of that green ghost from Ghostbusters? It's like that. Just kind of like
Slimer.
Slimer, yeah. It's kind of like this Caucasian Slimer just sneaking through under my chin. Yeah, I knew you'd know that. That works out.
Yeah, I'm the movie nerd of both of us. So I
am too. I mean, you know what, man? I think we need to find some sort of movie trivia thing to do between the both, because I feel like both of us. I feel like you beat me, but I think it also depends on what questions we get tossed. I think there's a possibility that it'd be pretty close. I think. I mean, I'm not going to put money on myself, but I think it'd be competitive.
Yeah, I think it would go back and forth for sure on that, especially, dude, just because like a lot of my movie knowledge ends in like 95. Like that's where like like anything prior to that, 80s, 70s, some 60s, maybe some musicals and stuff like that from like the 40s and the 50s. Those are like my wheelhouse is like old school shit.
Well, then you'd probably kill it. I know somewhere in my closet I have an old Seen It game. Have you ever played Seen It?
Yeah.
Okay. I have an old Seen It. I haven't played it in years, so I don't remember any of the questions. But I think I got it when I was like in high school, so I'm guessing nothing past like 02 or 03.
Yeah, that's funny.
We can play that next time you're around. We'll probably get that out.
I'm down. I'm down for that. Absolutely. I love trivia games. Trivia games to me are the most fun.
So do I. My family won't play them with me though. They realize that for whatever reason I have this like this trove of useless knowledge, right? But I'm like, that's like playing with any comic though. I mean, like I don't know how many comics I beat. I mean, listen, we know our buddy Chris Clem won $100,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That's almost 10 years ago now.
I know.
But, and I barely knew Chris then. Anyway, yeah, we have a bunch of useless knowledge. However, it's awesome. I love it. That's fun. But I'm not very like Jeopardy. I took the Jeopardy test and I bombed the Jeopardy test. I thought I'd do better than I did.
Yeah, I would not fare well maybe on the Jeopardy test at all.
Part of it is that you have to it's time based and you have to type in your answers. That was the hardest part for me. Is like trying to type everything in before like figure out how to try to spell it, and I'm trying to like voice text and it'll say the wrong thing and then I run out of time. Right, but there's probably maybe 3 that I missed because of that, and I still want to pass. I did okay, but I mean, I didn't pass for sure. Now, name that tune. If they had a name that tune test you had to take for that, I'd ace, not ace, but I do pretty darn good on that. I pretty much know almost all the songs. I would say 95% of them I know on that show. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're casting though. I was looking, because I think I told you like Beat Shazam is casting, and you need partners. I think we should still do that. We haven't signed up yet. We need to do that.
I think we would do good on Beat Shazam because
I think so too.
I actually had to use Shazam at a restaurant I was at because the song sounded very Green Day.
Okay.
And like the way but it sounded older, like an older guy like singing Green Day style, that like Billy Joe Armstrong kind of, like up and down with his voice and everything. And I look at it and it's fucking Green Day, and it didn't even sound like Billy Joe Armstrong. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You say it sounded a little bit like him. I don't know.
Yeah, but it was like deeper voice because he always had that high pitch, like, do you have a time? He's kind of created that newfound glory, like pop punky fucking sound everybody wanted to get after, like, what was it, 92?
They're the one of the first ones to do it, them and the Offspring. And a lot of those bands, I still love pop punk for sure. But what was I going to say? Oh, so yesterday I'm getting my COVID shot, the second one, and I'm at the county health department, and I'm in my car waiting because they do it in your car. And there's a guy next to me who's also waiting, and he has his windows down in his old Hyundai, and he's blasting music like ridiculous, like loud for everyone sitting there can hear it for whatever reason, and he's singing along with it. And I had to Shazam to see what he was singing, and I'm like, I should have known that because it was like deep cuts of this guy. So he had like a CD because that's a old Hyundai that has a CD player for sure. But this guy looks like he was an old white dude. He probably looks like one of our dads, like someone our age's dad. He's a fat guy with broad hair. Just look, and like, what Joe Diffie song is this? But it wasn't at all. I'm like, this is not. What does he listen to? Nate Dogg. He was listening to Nate Dogg. Yeah, just track after track of Nate Dogg, and he was singing along with Nate Dogg. I wanted to take a picture of him because I wanted to send it to you and be like, what is he listening to? And you never would have guessed Nate Dogg. But
no.
But he was right next to me. I'm like, I don't want it to be weird if he catches me do this and then ask me all these questions.
How you doing with your second shot?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I could say I'm tired, but I'm always tired, so I'm not. It's not really necessarily different. If I didn't have a shot and I felt the way I felt, I probably just think I'd have kind of a weird day. So I don't think I really have any side effects. Not much. Nothing that really bothered me at all. So I guess I got lucky. As a lot of people did. The only thing is, just I have the little bruise here. That's about it. It was actually worse than the first one, the bruise.
I got mine. I got my one and only. That's right. I just said that one and only shot on Saturday.
You got you settle for that D+ shot.
I did, the Johnson Johnson shot.
Listen, one shot would have been nice. However, it wasn't a big deal for me to get two. Like, it was super easy. But looking at the numbers and saying it's like a 65% recorded success rate against 95, I'm like, yeah.
Actually, 70 to 80 now, apparently.
Okay, I believe
that's what they told me, because there were people when they saw the signs that said Johnson & Johnson shot, because a lot of these places don't really get a choice in what they get a lot of the time. Like, I went to a community college.
Okay.
So I was already there, and it said Johnson & Johnson, and my heart kind of fluttered because it means, I can work more. Yay. I have this like card, and it's got the thing over the first and second dose, and it makes me happy because now I can make money going into, I don't have to worry about taking time off of work again. I'll take 70 to 80 on that. But there were people when they saw that Johnson & Johnson sign, like, got all skeptical hippo on us, or like when they saw it, like, is that the blood clot one? And because I'm not a weak woman, I got the Johnson & Johnson without the blood clots. So haha, and your boobs, whatever. I don't care. I don't care about you and your female problems with your blood clotting. You already clot once a month anyway. So what am I gonna do?
Yeah, okay, we're gonna be I'm gonna put the hashtag racist up here, but you're also sexist.
You know what? It's just sexist.
I got a better one. hashtag for you if I can figure out how to do this. Here we go. It's kind of like
Then I gotta take the banner down because
like the racist, but it's a little better. Racist, everybody, racist. This is your stereotypical cis white male right here.
I am. Women
doesn't
should
want
be
anyone
in the
to
kitchen.
have rights. Doesn't want transgender people to compete in any sport.
Well, whatever, I mean, not against women.
Listen. Hey, I hope that someday we are woke enough as a country that we finally have a UFC fighter that holds belts in both men's and women's classes. Because listen, if you are non-binary, then you cannot make that person go to one class or the other. So therefore, that you have to let them compete in both. It's the only way to actually do it correctly. So yes, I hope eventually we have someone who has belts for both genders, and I hope it will happen soon, like maybe the next couple of years.
Fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Excuse me, I'm allergic to bullshit. It's to me, it's stupid. Like
that's going to be the interesting one. The non-binary people. Like where do
there's probably non-binary people in the UFC now, but they just don't care and they want to make money. Like that's all they want to do, and I'm fine with that. You stay in your lane, homie. I've been told that many times.
That's why there's no male out fighters in the UFC. I mean, the number of fighters they have, if there's no gay people, it goes against statistics. Like, there's a couple hundred, a few hundred.
I guarantee you, though, like I've met people in gyms who you can obviously tell, but they're savages. Like, that's
not the point. The point is that it just feels like that they have to hide it. For some reason. Listen, the UFC at this point, especially, I don't completely embrace them. But it could be something that they don't want to be the gay fighter. They just want to be the fighter. I can understand that too. I think there's like 2 openly gay pro fighters in America, and neither of them have good records. One has like 20 more losses than wins or something.
Oh God.
But yeah, he's still fighting. He's like 45. But good for him. But the thing is, he's not a great fighter. But I can see maybe that's part of it. But there's just so many out women in fighting that I just kind of wish that, like, hey, dude, it's all right. You can roll with people and be gay. It's all right.
Yeah, I
guess it's the message to send to the young people who are having, issues with their sexuality. I think that's the biggest thing with it.
We care about you. We love you, but just keep it in. Just keep it to yourself. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
That's the thing. That's what I don't. That's what you don't want, right? You don't want kids to feel like they have to hide it from people. So that's why it is important to see athletes to be like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gay, but I can still beat people up. Like it won't be a problem. Like, listen, could you imagine if like when his gym got weird about it, dude? That gym would get destroyed on the internet. They get destroyed.
Oh, that would be
almost the end of the gym.
I was about to say it's the Indianapolis kicked up to 10. Because especially you get the fucking woke MMA fan on your ass. It's like having a woke wrestling fan. You're like, no, stop, go away. Why are you here? You're ruining it for everyone. You're just being a dick.
And it wouldn't even be just MMA fans. It'd be people who are just who never even heard of MMA, who are just advocates and want to destroy the gym, which in that case I'd be fine with if a gym was being really awful about that. But I'm not saying they would. Yeah. But I'm just saying how bad it would be if they did. So I don't know. Anyway, my point is, hey, if you're out there, come on out, brother. Come on out.
My thing is, if you want to, don't make it about you. Don't make it just about that shit. And yes, exactly. Casey understands. In the kitchen, eating chicken finger licking, motherfucker. That's what women should be doing. Exactly. They shouldn't be fighting. Shouldn't be fighting.
I think
they're fighting something. It should be the stove. That's what it is.
Okay. The thoughts and opinions of Ray Hocklack are not necessarily those of Tim Danko, and usually aren't at all. So that's the disclaimer there. And again, I have to say this too, so people know that I'm trying. Still looking for a new co-host. Still looking, because if I say I'm not, then it'd be like, oh, you're trying to put up with this stuff. No, I'm not. I'm just want to do the podcast, and he's the only one that will do it. So,
well, I mean, here's the thing: if you don't have a sense of if you're watching this and don't have a sense of humor, my personal opinion of you is suck a dick. Like,
what are these guys talking about? are they talking about? What is this? Yeah, exactly
Why is he such a racist? Because it's funny, you fuck.
I did think it was funny when the guy said that you look like you were sleeping last time. But you were
high and tired.
You were super high. Yeah. You were super high. And I looked over and I'm like, yeah, he does look like he's about to fall asleep. But I knew you were high. So, it is what it is. I looked at the map to see if anywhere on this road trip I was going to go was legal weed states. So I could hit one on my way there or back. And I was actually going to hit D.C. and Illinois. But I'm not going now, which really sucks. My buddy can't swing it. I know. It's a bummer. Like, I'm not, it's no big deal. He can't go. But it just sucks because I was really looking forward to going to those two parks. Now I was thinking about trying to swing it by myself. I'm like, it's got a lot of driving to do by myself. And this seems kind of tedious.
Well, you've got a couple more weeks, and then it's you and I on a nice little road trip to Pittsburgh. So that'll be
a short one, though. It's like a 1 day, or it's not too big a deal. But I'm happy. At least I'm getting to one park, right? I was hoping I'd get to 3, but you never know. Hey, there's a whole season left too, so.
Yeah. What about you? Did you? I think I sent you the article about like Ohio's lifting their mask mandate on June 2nd, and June 2nd is also the day that they're gonna have 100% seating at Jacobs Field, which I think is kind of cool, and I hope Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania gets their act together and actually fucking does the same thing. Because I know we're not going to be, we can wear masks, or we can choose not to wear masks if we're fully vaccinated. And I will show that card, just a virtue signal. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I am virtue signaling my ass off that day.
I think I'm going to be weaning myself off the mask. I don't think I'm just going to go no mask all the time right away. I mean, because listen, it's just because I'm worried about it. So that's, even though I'm vaccinated, that's why. And that's, I was kind of hoping that Progressive Field would kind of like ease into it a little bit more. But why would they? I mean, because they're not going to make less money when they don't have to make less money. So
yeah,
if the say says you can open it up as many as you want, they won't give a shit. They can listen. COVID could be at full force, and they would still say we'll just sell as many tickets as we want because they're a business. But they don't have to do it that way. But I don't know, man. You know what? Now that we've had our vaccines, I just want to say this.
Yeah, that person, the champ knows his place, and I like that about the double champ knows his place. That's a good thing. Or her, depending on how it's 2021, however you want to identify. I don't care. Be in the kitchen.
It's 2021. Women can watch MMA podcast too. Thanks, Ray. Thanks, Ray. Hashtag racist. All right.
That is CIS, by the way.
Yeah, CIS. This fucking guy.
And we look who we got also in the chat today as well. Our good friends and the people who brought us here, very much so. Wonderful to see the MMA holes as always. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it, buddy. MMAholes.com.
The MMA. You screwed it up again.
The MMAholes.com.
This March, again, if you guys know anybody who wants to replace Ray, send resumes to Bro Plata at gmail.com. I'm gonna need a headshot, right? I'm gonna need a video. All right, less than 2 minutes long. Let's say how long, what makes you right for the Bro Plata podcast. All those things. Hashtag GFA.
Hashtag GFA, motherfuckers.
Gosh, fucking awful. That's us. So that's when we wake up in the morning.
Mm-hmm. I woke up like that today, dude. I did a set or a closing set at a show last night near my house. And I'm not going to say that I was hungover.
I like 10 at night. When did you start during at work?
No, never. But I started when I got there, which was like 7, and I didn't go up until like 9:15 ish. I was like done. Well, no, like 9:40. I want to say somewhere in that range. And I was drinking pretty heavily, had some food and stuff, or didn't eat before I went up on stage. And when I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, anybody watching, if you've ever had a hangover that feels like when Joe Pesci had that guy's head in a vice, you'll know exactly what I'm talking. I should have had somebody over me going, Charlie M, you made me pop your fucking eye out for Charlie M. Like, yeah, it was a bad hangover, sir. Like, really bad. It was so gnarly.
Well, you made it to work at least.
I did. I took an aspirin and like went back to bed until like 6:30, and then like got out of, and I was fine after that. Like let the medicine all go through me. But sir, I actually had a dream. I was on a SpaceX flight, and when I realized I had a headache was when the window busted open on the ship.
So when your head exploded in space is when you woke up and be like, oh, this is why this hurts. Okay.
Yeah, it was bad. It was pretty bad. I was kind of amazed. I was like able to make it to work, but luckily I was off by like 3:30.
How much do you have to drink as an alcoholic to get that hungover? Like,
I think I had like 7 or 8. Like I think 7 or 8 PBRs.
Were you just injecting rubbing alcohol into your veins? Like how does
yes?
I'm gonna say how does that happen? 7 or 8 PBRs should not make you that hungover. You wouldn't think.
I was not good after that.
Huh. Was it something else, man? Were you dehydrated? I think
I was dehydrated too.
You could just be a pussy. That could be one too.
I am a lightweight. You know that. I've been to. You've seen me at shows get drunk off of like one pitcher of fucking a Miller Lite. Like, not good.
I usually go with 2 pitchers of Miller Lite.
Well, aren't you fucking Mr. Fancy Pants?
I know, right? Look at me, my 2 pitchers. They're not giant pitchers either. These are comedy club pitchers, which are like, I don't know. They're decent sized. They're decent sized. I mean, they're bigger than other comedy clubs. Anyway, probably gonna be at the Funny Stuff Friday. So I'm about to do this Thursday or Saturday, the next show, because I'm not gonna go Saturday because I definitely want to watch Cody fight. So
yes,
and I think some people are coming. My brother's coming over, so I know we're not gonna go to the bar, but some people are coming over. My brother's coming over, I think, to watch it.
I might come down for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I might come down for that.
That's probably okay. We'll find somewhere for you. No, he'll be in the spare room, but there's a mattress down here in the basement. You're good.
I was about to say I can sleep on that couch that I was sitting in for,
or the couch.
One of them. Yeah, I'm fine with couch.
There's room. We'll figure it out. I'll let you know.
Give an F if you like sleeping drunk on a couch in the chat.
What, a GFF?
GFA. We want GFA if you like sleeping on a couch drunk right now in the chat.
Well, is it really or just happens and you're okay with it? Like, it's not my favorite thing. I'd rather get into the bed, but if you wake up, be like, this is how hard I partied. I do that with my brothers all the time.
Yeah.
Because when I drink there, I stay there because I got a Dewey 4 years ago during the Super Bowl. The Patriots came back, beat the Falcons. I decided I was going to drive home, and I went 4 miles per hour over the speed limit, and then got pulled over. And got to do it. So hold on 1 second.
Tim's mom is yelling at him right now, talking possibly about the cat. The cat shit somewhere, and now Tim's got to go clean it up. Probably that's
what? No, that's not it at all. It's about Chinese food. So,
okay.
Anyway, I sleep on my brother's couch all the time. That's the point. And a lot of times, my brother's lady's brother will be there too, and they have a sectional. So there's like one drunk uncle on one side and one drunk uncle on the other side. It's a big degenerate drunk Uncle L on the couch.
Nah.
I don't know, what were we talking about before that? I don't remember.
No, I could just see you lying on the couch, just like after like maybe a half a bottle of vodka. Like that would be your thing, probably.
It's bourbon usually. I drink most of my bottle of bourbon on Saturday. They had a fish fry out there. There's people over, and I didn't even watch the fights until Sunday morning, which I was actually kind of proud of myself. Once the main card started, I turned off my phone because I didn't want anyone to spoil this for me.
Yeah,
and I didn't turn it back on until after I watched the fights. So I didn't see any. I didn't know what happened. Nothing got spoiled. I got through like almost 12 hours without finding out what happened. But you know what did happen, Ray?
What, Tim?
All the olives, all the Charlie olives, and new. It was so good. Yeah, that's pretty much the dynamic that Ray and I both have in our living situation. We're not cool guys. We're not cool guys. We're losers.
Yeah.
And we'll say that proudly.
And by the way, MMA holes, My mom makes a decent meatloaf. She is from, or her family lineage is from England, so it's already, the meatloaf is very bland and tasteless, which is a good meatloaf from what I've heard. Like
just like your children, bland and tasteless.
Hey, my brother has taste, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you talk about how tasty your brother is, you pervert.
No, where did your mind go, you sicko?
Well, we were talking about taste as in palate taste because we're talking about meatloaf.
Oh, I thought you meant like taste of style and fashion, but okay, that's fine. His outfits are usually two colors, black and ultra black. Like those are the only two things he wears. Oh, good
what,
times.
Your brother?
Yeah, total
so
goth
I'm
kid.
Yelled at again. I wasn't paying attention. Your brother is. That's cool. Is he really into like My Chemical Romance? Is he emo kid? Is your brother an emo kid?
Yes, yeah, and Double Champ. We will get to that in a hot minute because I do want to talk about that knockout because that knockout was pretty.
It was great. The only thing that's bothering me right now is there's something else I was going to talk about when we were talking about the couch, I think, and I forget now. And it wasn't important, but now it's just bothering me that I can't remember what it was. It happens all the time.
Now you're all asleep on the couch like good Uncle Tim should be.
I don't know. Probably yes, maybe. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. It had nothing to do with fighting. It was a whole different tangent. It doesn't even matter now. It was a whole different story. It reminded me the Chip Kelly thing. Remember the Chip Kelly thing a couple years ago?
Vaguely, remind me.
All right. Chip Kelly, Jim Kelly, Hall of Fame quarterback's nephew, right? He was playing for the Denver Broncos, and he got drunk at someone's house party, and then he just started wandering the neighborhood and just kind of went into some random person's house and just sat on the couch and started just like mumbling. And the dude beat him up with part of a vacuum cleaner and called the cops.
And I remember that story.
Yeah. That was hilarious. But the first thing I thought, I'm like, what if you lived somewhere in Cleveland, right? And you're not a Browns fan, but I was thinking if a Browns fan had Baker Mayfield stumble into their house drunk on the couch and started shouting gibberish. You're like, why is Baker Mayfield on my couch? You get him a blanket, right? Make sure he's actually you don't put him on the couch. You let him sleep in your bed. You sleep on the couch. That was just my thought. Like that person obviously wasn't a Broncos fan because I feel like if that happened to a Browns fan, especially with the starting quarterback, then which he wasn't the starting quarterback, but that's what happened a lot differently. You get him an Uber, you sneak him out of your house, it'd be a whole thing. You cook him breakfast, it'd be a whole thing.
Oh, I was about to say, I know some Browns fans that if Johnny Manziel would have shown up drunk at their house, not only would he would have stayed there, but there would have been food and possibly a bowl passed between them and Johnny Manziel.
Probably let him fuck your wife, whatever he wants. He's Johnny Manziel. I wanted him to be the guy so bad. He was so fun. He's not as fun as Mayfield, but at the time, I'm like, this is going to be the most fun we're going to have with a quarterback. But it's not true at all because he's number one. He wasn't very good, and also he was insane more than anything, which is mental health issues. I'm not going to give him shit for it, but it spiraled his career. But Baker Mayfield's the man. That's my point. We love him.
I wonder though how many guys have looked at their wives who are Browns fans and went, you cannot cuck me out to any guy except for Baker Mayfield after that playoff run. Like, you have to think there are some guys who would be
no. This
who send him letters.
Players. There's probably some dudes who would watch Myles Garrett and their wife or David Njoku.
Most of Westlake and Avon.
Sure. Okay, I just eating popcorn, be like,
because they're rich.
Number one draft pick, best defensive end in football. This is eating popcorn as his wife is just getting destroyed by like Njoku and Myles Garrett.
This is my Super Bowl.
Grace made me laugh twice today.
I know. I'm actually on fire.
You are. That's good. That's good because I'm not. At least one of us is.
Oh, just because I'm angry, dude. Like, I was going to do something before the fucking show, forgot something that was very important, which was the keys to my office, and I was going to pick up a bunch of shit, got halfway to where I needed to go, and had to turn the fuck around. So I'm pretty, like, when people who don't know about comics, like, when we're either angry, depressed, or just a little bit sad, go watch us do stand-up.
It's always
it's actually going to be a good time.
At least, yeah, it's always all of those things combined usually.
Because we're not thinking about our set. Like we're never like I was so depressed yesterday when I did Giovanni's and Wycliffe. Just because like I was tired, I didn't like it was a bad day, and like I did it. I headlined and fucking did well, like very well for like 6 people or 6 civilians, and like the rest were comics. Like I just didn't care. It's fun. So he's ordering lo mein. I'm gonna say his order is lo mein or possibly chop suey. I think chop suey. You seem like a System of Down fan, so I'm going to say chop suey.
What?
He's ordering Chinese.
Me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up, grab a brush, and have a little makeup.
Oh, man. So let's talk, because
what were we talking about before? There's something else I was going to... Never mind. Let's just go on. Yeah. You know what? These fights...
If it comes to you, we'll talk about it. We got about another hour and a half before things get hairy for me. Because I got to go and actually get that shit tonight. So, yeah, let's talk about the fact that there is a legitimate champion in the UFC's 155-pound division. Nobody started a riot when they won the belt and then complained to Dana that he didn't get his belt. It was a very clear and concise victory. No fuckery.
That's how you lose, Mike. Zhang, Weili Zhang. That's how you lose. Look at Michael Chandler. That's how you lose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, note to Weili Zhang.
Most guys know how to lose. They know how to lose. And a champion,
some people don't know how to win
Chandler. No, yeah, that's true too. But no, he does. Oliveira does. It was fantastic. What did I say? Oh. What did I say Friday about this fight? I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm like, almost nothing will surprise me, except for maybe if Chandler submits him. And he had his neck for a minute there. He had his neck for a minute there. I'm like, oh no, is this going to be the one thing? No, but look how excited I am. This is how I felt when I watched this fight. It was so great. It was everything you wanted, man. It was back and forth. You're like, Chandler was this close to stopping him in the first round. You're like, oh man, it's going to be Chandler. It's going to be Chandler. Then all of a sudden,
I'm just putting up the comments.
No, 19 seconds in the second round, Oliveira's like, you thought I was done, son? Charlie, I'm the Bronx, bitch.
Yeah, dude, yeah, like his striking is so what I love about Charles Oliveira.
Dude, super Chris. You want to learn it's like one of those things. Baseball announcers say it all the time. Kids at home, if you want to learn how to swing a bat, watch this guy. Okay, kids at home, you want to learn how to throw your hands? Look at Charles Oliveira. Just nothing extra, nothing more than he needs to throw. Perfect. He just everything into it. Just that hook. That hook was so sweet. He was gorgeous.
It was. And to watch him buckle the way he did against the cage and try and keep himself up, and then Oliveira just comes in for the kill towards the end. I'm happy for Charles Oliveira, and I gotta disagree possibly. I'm gonna give it a gambler's shot. That the double champ here is saying that Michael Chandler will never be a UFC champion. I mean, it could happen. It could happen.
He was like one punch away. I mean, they're always one punch away, but you know what I mean? He was very, very close this time, right? He just got caught. Now he's going to probably fight someone else like, a Gaethje or somebody like that. That Gaethje fight makes more sense now. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. And then he'll be right back. Like after they figure out what's going on with Poirier and McGregor. But no, listen, I look at that and I'm like, dude, Michael Chandler's going to be a problem here for a couple more years, probably a year or two. And he said within the next 12 months. So I'm like, yeah, I believe him. It's possible. I think he's going to have another title fight. Will he win the belt? It depends. I don't know, but he'll have a shot because I think Michael Chandler is as good as anybody in that division. Because listen, I don't know if they run that fight 10 times, it's probably 5-5. I mean, you look at what happened. I mean, Oliveira's fantastic. He may not agree with that, but I mean, give him Oliveira all the credit in the world.
6-4. Either way,
I mean, listen, you got to give him credit for. You got to give him credit for winning. So right, right, the fact that he did win, so he can't say that he wouldn't. But he was great. He fought fantastically. But my point was that was a fantastic 5 minutes and 19 seconds. It's about as good as you could possibly get in 5 minutes and 19 seconds of fighting. It was fantastic. It was great. Now, if you think because Chandler got caught by a guy with a gorgeous, gorgeous shot that he'll never be champ because of that, I'm going to have to disagree. I think, if he comes out his next fight and is flat, but it's not like he was flat. He looked fantastic. He just got caught by a guy who was just this much better that night, right? Just this much. It was fantastic.
I have no idea who this is, but I love the shout out. It's quite nice. This person has some like very big balls after Charlie Olives fucking did what he did.
Dude, it is so great that Charles Oliveira won a championship with the UFC just because he's been there forever. He won a lot of fights. He was a good featherweight, but all of a sudden, when he got the top 5 fights, he'd drop one. It wasn't quite there. Then he had this big run at lightweight and finally gets his shot. And you thought maybe Chandler was going to have him that first round. Then he comes back and that great finish. And dude, he was so excited. That was great. It was just great to see him celebrate, to see it how much it meant to him. Did you see that an artist in Brazil somewhere, like painted this giant mural of him?
Yeah. And he got a fire truck ride, that fucker. He got to ride on a fire truck.
Now, my first thought was, dude, where's Stipe's mural in Cleveland?
I think
how many title fights that guy
might be one somewhere.
Is there?
There might
he deserves one. Maybe where's he live? North Olmsted? Maybe?
I have
Independence,
no
where he trains?
Yeah, no, that's out of Valley View. I see that gym once a month now. And actually I'm thinking about like getting a subscription to there if I'm like done and I don't have anything for a couple hours at work.
Why? Because you just want a fanboy.
It's just right there.
Walks around the gym.
No, it's just right there, and I can possibly get an early class in. I think that would be fun.
I think John Gunther still goes there.
The double champ here. This isn't Bellator, but here's the thing.
What did he just do? He knocked out Dan Hooker, and he looked great against Oliveira. He just got beat.
Yeah.
This is the problem with us getting more comments, is us having that reaction to them, and I'll ignore most of them.
I'm happy about it at least.
And yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. No, yeah, this is that's hilarious.
Oh God, someone's throwing shade. We are not appreciating that at all.
Oh,
you need to get out. You need to get out. How dare you? TheMMAholes.com. That's where you can get us, and that's where you can get the MMA Holes. And I moved this podcast to Tuesday because the MMA Holes do it on fucking Monday, and I didn't want to overlap. So I feel like we've gotten more viewers because we don't have an overlap anymore. That's always nice.
I like this. I like this. Put this up. The last comment here.
I love this. My favorite new saying, by the way, is Dana White privilege. By the way, the MMA Holes do have a shirt. If you go to the MMAholes.com, I believe the shirt is still available. And I'm going to buy one myself. It says Dana White privilege on it, and I am definitely buying that t-shirt. Go buy that t-shirt.
Because we're part of the network. Can we get some shirts? We'll wear them on the show.
You call me big business.
I'm poor. Listen, we're part of the family now, man. I'm just asking for a t-shirt that I can wear on the show. That's it. I don't think that's a big ask. They've already done enough for us, and we've done nothing for them, but we're trying our best.
Well, that's why I said I'm going to buy one, because I feel like I owe them something.
Well, listen, one of us has a nice job going for him right now. One of them just spent all his money on a car. So
I just bought a Nintendo Switch and a fucking TV. That ate up pretty much the rest of my money.
Yeah, I bought a Mazda straight cash, homie. So, I feel it now.
Here, wait, if I can do this through the screen, here's your big business hat.
Look,
paying for shit in cash.
Listen, I agree that Chandler has to fight some tough, and he probably will. I think the Gaethje fight makes sense. That might happen. I wanted that to happen in the first place. I like that fight, especially because the winner of Poirier and Conor will probably fight Charles Oliveira next. So the Gaethje Chandler fight makes a lot of sense. And like I said, the only thing Gaethje's done is lose to Khabib, who beats everybody. So what are you going to? I think he should have had that fight against Chandler or Oliveira. It should have been Oliveira and Gaethje, maybe. Either way, Chandler to get back there is going to have to fight some monsters, probably a couple of them, to even get a title shot. But I think he's capable. I don't know if he'll do it for sure, but I think he's definitely capable. Also, was I going to talk about the Dana White privilege thing, maybe?
Yeah, the Dana White privilege thing. I love it. I'm sorry. I think that's Tony Ferguson's best line he's ever dropped. That is such a good ass line.
No, this is what I was going to say. I'm like, you know what? With anyone, you can't really call. I don't think you can call it Dana White privilege with Michael Chandler, because I think like just the fact that he's been with Bellator so long, he's not one of their homegrown guys. That I thought maybe the opposite would happen. But I mean, Chandler got that shot because
done it in the past. I mean, they've done this kind of shit in the past. Quentin Rampage Jackson is a great example.
Well, a lot of the prod guys for sure. But the thing is, it's because they just know how good these dudes were. It didn't quite work out with Hector Lombard.
No.
I mean, he was older when he came over, but still, like he got beat by Tim Boesch. Tim Boesch was a tough dude, but he wasn't supposed to lose to Tim Boesch.
Hey. Tim Boesch is an icon and a legend.
I love Tim Boesch too. I love
you
Tim.
leave the Viking ginger alone, you fuck.
Yeah. He's just like a big burly. He looks like the dude who drinks too many beers at the barbecue and then fights somebody.
But
I love Tim Boesch, but the fact that he beat Lombard, I mean, it was good for him. He had a good fight, and I think it was a decision. It was great. But you're like, man, that wasn't the kind of people that he was supposed to lose to when we signed him. What is this? Read it to me, Ray.
What he meant, Double Champ's comment on that is what he meant was, and I understand why he called it the Dana White privilege.
Okay.
But here's the thing, too. You have to think about it this way, and allow me real quick to explain with my big business hat on. Michael Chandler is what we like to call a name in MMA. And a name in MMA gets money and viewers from the other organization. That's called big business. And to be honest with you, he deserved that $800,000 contract after. And I'm going to say this, dude. You can always look at the fight in Madison Square Garden where he completely lost his foot during the fight, lost the lightweight belt in Bellator, and then came back and embarrassed that fucking guy. Michael Chandler has the ability to come back every single time and make headlines because of the fact that dude does not give the fuck up at all. Like he is a very dedicated fighter, and if he wants something, he's going to go after it. And yes, I'm kissing Michael Chandler's ass because I'm a fucking fan, but one fight does not make a loser. Like it's, I mean, the next guy we're going to talk about in a hot minute it's almost time to put that fucking Kukui out to pasture, to be honest with you. And we'll talk about
where's your foot in the door prop? That's what we need. It should just
it should be a shovel. It should be a shovel with like a grave. The next person I'm gonna bury. It's over. Okay. Just put them down.
That's like the drop kicking out the door. That's pretty funny. Or like the hook, like the cane hook up the stage.
Yeah.
Was there a guy that used to do that at the Apollo? There used to be like a hook
the
guy.
Sandman.
Yeah. That the Sandman should be the get a logo, a Sandman logo to come and take people away when Ray gets pissed at because like I said, Ray wants all 16-year-olds in the UFC.
Yes.
Right after you lose one fight, you're like done. Child fight, like Thailand. Ray's gonna move to Thailand and be in bliss when he sees 8-year-olds go to war.
I'm gonna promote actual child pit fighting, and I think we started the infant division.
Get in the kitty pit. I like it.
Kitty pit
fighting.
Why does that actually sound like it's a pay-per-view in China right now? Like there's got to be
Saturday at 9 p.m. The kitty pit.
Yeah. See Little Wang go against Little Wong in the main event.
Of course, you had to go with Little Wang, you pervert. Anyway, only on Fox pay-per-view. That sounds like a Fox event. The kitty pit. That sounds like a reality show. Like that sounds like now that Fox doesn't have Ultimate Fighter anymore, I feel like that was the next MMA show they try to put on is the kitty pit, right? It's basically Ultimate Fighter, but it's children. The kitty and super aggressive dads. So like every time the kids fight, if it's close, the dad's getting a fight in the crowd too. Yeah. Like little league, but guys who actually know how to fight a little bit.
The dads are just like rubbing their shoulders and putting the ice pack on. It's like, you're 7, suck it up, kid.
Mm-hmm.
You're 7.
Dude, like I said, that's little league mentality, man. They already do that shit. You think it's nuts, but I've already seen a lot of it. So
Ugh.
But anyway, man. Okay, so we have anything else to say about Chandler and Oliveira? Oliveira's the man. I mean, I'm excited to see him fight whoever wins that Poirier McGregor fight. Man, could you imagine after what Oliveira, and I talked about this before, like if one of these guys looked really good, like him versus McGregor would make a lot of money. So Poirier versus McGregor will make money, but if McGregor beats Poirier, that's what you. I mean, listen, the UFC is going to make money either way.
This hat lights up. So,
yeah, is that what happens every time Connor does anything? Anytime he tweets, the hat lights up. Anytime he signs on the dotted line, the hat.
Oh no, Proper 12 is being trending. Oh no.
He doesn't even own that shit anymore.
I know, but he's the spokesperson. So there's that.
What? I was reading a comment. What are we doing? So the co-main event, the guy who you want to quit, and
we'll
and
talk.
The Iranian silver fox himself, Benny Dariush. I like that he's just kind of. I mean, he's 32. He's just letting his gray hair go. It looks good on him. He got a little salt and pepper action.
Like, he definitely looks like one of Pete from the Funny Stop's cousins. Like,
maybe. Well, I mean, listen, you racist. Hashtag racist. The owners of the Funny Stop are Lebanese. He's Iranian. Those are two different countries,
but the same region.
Two different. Are you Canadian, Ray? No,
yeah, but there's a lot of white people in Canada. That is a very, very bad argument right there.
No, you ever see a video of like someone talking in Europe, talking to someone from wherever they are, and it's like, "Oh, you're American," and they go, "No, I'm Canadian," and they get pissed off.
It's technically North.
I'm not
America.
One of those slobs. I'm like, okay.
I found out something that I'll tell it on the podcast. It's kind of interesting. Recently, we'll get into Tony versus Beneil Dariush a little bit, but found out a family member of mine was a victim in the Holocaust. That was something I found out this week already, and it's only Tuesday. That was an odd thing.
I'm not laughing. I'm just smiling because Ray is very religiophobic. He hates all religion. So now the fact that he had I'm assuming a Jewish ancestor that Ray's Jewish.
No, actually, my dad's side of the family, my last name are actually, we were Polish gypsies. And so Hitler didn't just kill it wasn't all Jews that died in the Holocaust, even though they were the majority and were blamed for everything. And that's wrong and horrible and very much so like the worst atrocity. But on the side, he was also killing like gypsies and the cripples and all that kind of stuff back in like the 30s.
Yeah.
Non-white people,
homosexuals.
Yeah. So apparently, I had a family member that actually was a victim in the Holocaust, which it kind of made sense because I've always thought I'm gypsy. I think that's one reason why I'm partial to Tyson Fury. To be honest with you.
Okay, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of reasons why you like Tyson Fury.
Well, yeah, okay. Of course. But there's a part where I'm like, he looks like me. Oh yeah, gypsy.
We talk about that too. That's something.
Dude,
let's get into it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that right after the Beneil Dariush Tony Ferguson fight because I have feelings about this, and I'm a Tony fan. Like I love Tony Ferguson, but I will let you go, and then I'll just get my shovel out after that.
Well, man, I think thing needs to be talked about the most. Although I think the big conversation is going to be what happens to Tony now. But first off, Beneil Dariush is a beast.
Yes,
right. He has another. Listen. He's had really great decision wins his last two fights, and he's looked really great. And before that, he had like 5 finishes. The dude's a monster, and he's been trying to get a big top 5 guy for a long time. And he finally gets Tony, and he looks like this. So he's another guy that in the top. And he's one of those guys, right? Listen, you talk. Choose up there, like Hooker, maybe. I don't know. Whoever's up there, he needs somebody tough. And he needs it quickly. Whenever his next fight is going to happen, it needs to happen because he's been just crushing everybody he's fighting, and he needs some. Geez, throw him a bone, man. He's always been doing is winning. Anyway, so you want to talk about Tony? Okay, I think as far as him being a contender, is definitely done. Yes. You know what really sucked is he looked tired, not tired like cardio tired, just kind of like just like his body was just saying, "Dude, we still doing this?" Like, maybe it's just. I think. Let's see. I listen. If he wants to fight again, I think you absolutely give him another fight. I mean, look, just a couple fights ago, he had 12 wins in a row. Yeah. So just kind of all of a sudden, and he's beat guys who've been on tears, right? So you give him someone maybe like towards the bottom of the top 15, maybe like a Drew Dober-ish, one of those guys, and see what he does. But as far as him being a top 5 guy, that's definitely done unless something crazy happens. Which I don't think will, because I don't think it's just like a training thing. I think it's just the way he's fought for so long. I think maybe, like I said, his body, and it just seems like, dude, we still doing this? We still doing this? Like, he didn't look tired, like as far as cardio goes. He looked tired as far as like just every part of his body was just like, dude,
and tight. Like this. He looked very stiff in his movement,
which is not like him at all. Everything was weird. Maybe he felt a little bit of pressure in it, which I don't like saying with Tony, because he's like the toughest dude mentally. I mean, look at that heel hook, man. That's insane. He basically popped his ankle out. So, I mean, to say that maybe there's something going on in his head
and his ankle.
Well, whatever.
I'm saying his knee was more fucked up than anything.
Darius said something popped. I don't remember what he said popped. It may have been his knee. I don't remember. But either way, he doesn't look like the Tony of old. And what D. Thomas said actually does make sense, because he kind of fought like a wild, crazy person for a long time. And usually when guys get older, if anything catches up, it's the fundamentals catch up. But he's never been a guy who just relied on his really crisp 1-2s. That's never been his thing. So when he's getting older and everything else slows down, those fundamentals aren't getting any better, because it's never been his game in the first place. So that makes a lot of sense too. So I'm saying don't push him out of the door if he doesn't want to leave, because I honestly think they're going to have to do that eventually. I don't think Tony will quit on his own. Retire on his own. It's not quitting. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll do that on his own. Maybe he will. That'd be nice if he just like, hey, I think I'm done. Right out into the sunset. That'd be nice. But I think he's definitely deserving of another fight. You know what, man? I know they fought in the past, but 155. Let him fight Cowboy. Let's see that.
Yeah, that should be.
The only thing about that is then one of them wins and one of them stays. So I mean, but.
No, I wouldn't. I would if I was Dana, and I honestly would give them this is your last fight on your contracts for both of them. I'm going to put you against each other one more time because it was entertaining and it ended. That's actually a fight that they should run back, to be honest with you, just because of how it ended. I mean, with Cowboy being a dipshit and clearing his nose when it was broken.
Yeah, that was the weird thing. Yeah, that whole swollen nose thing, that was messed up.
Yeah, I think that would be a good thing. You mentioned it.
That was earlier than I thought. It was 2019 was that fight.
God, that's already 2 years ago. Wow. Where the fuck is time gone? Jesus Christ. But like, honestly, no, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say that I saw like memories on Facebook from 5 years ago. I'm like, that wasn't 5 years ago. Yeah, shit like that. Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I'm actually, today is the 5-year anniversary of me doing comedy in Vegas for the first time. I wound up, I took a vacation with an ex-girlfriend of Vegas, and today is the 5-year anniversary of that vacation. Win the death of your contract. I like that, D-Rest. That's fight for your dead contract. Dana just throws it at the winner like, this is over.
Nah.
But
you have to sign an extension in the other guy's blood.
Yes. You sign it. All of a sudden, it's like Cletus Cassidy in the new Spider-Man trailer or the new Venom trailer. He's just got a pen with blood in it, and he's just writing things on it, like, you will fight 2 more times, and then signs it.
Something, Ray, we don't need to elaborate on, but I just want to say it because you brought that up. I love Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
Just want to throw that out there.
I love Woody Harrelson as well, my friend, and I'm happy. I can't wait to see him as Cletus Cassidy. That's going to be so much fun.
I need to rewatch Venom because I was drinking when I got.
If it's on FX like 4 times a month.
I don't want to see it edited. I hate that.
Good point.
I'd rather pay for it than do that. I have to watch it again because I think I was drunk when I watched it. I didn't really watch it all the way through. I just remember there being the black weird Venom thing and Jenny Slate, who I'm a big fan of too, and that's all I remember.
See, I like that movie. I hope they that like Marvel buys the rights to like.
Do they not
Spider-Man
already
characters.
own everything? They don't
No,
own
it's
Spider-Man.
Sony's.
Spider-Man wasn't put. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Sony. Sony has their own extended universe that's gonna like cross over and do all this.
That's why they were worried about Spider-Man.
Right? Yeah.
Happening. Yeah. Okay.
So it's and also this might be. I think you mentioned this. Double Champ brought that thing. Hooker versus Tony would be a decent fight. I think that would be a good fight.
That'd be all right.
But this was not the Tony Ferguson. Like I've said it on this podcast. You can go back, and anytime we've talked about Tony on this post Gaethje fight, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Justin Gaethje stole a piece of the soul of Tony Ferguson and keeps it in a jar. Like there is no he collected something off of Tony Ferguson's life that I don't think he'll ever be able to like get back, which is disturbing to say.
But he was the first person to ever do that to him, so it may be possible. Listen, when he first said it, I said it was ridiculous, but now maybe you're right. And how often do I say that? Maybe you were right. Maybe
nobody says that too often. I mean, absolutely no one. I'll hit them if they say I'm right. What are you talking about? I'm never right.
Yeah, they moved Dariush past Chandler. They moved him past Chandler.
I could see that. I mean, Chandler's got to earn his stripes back a little bit, and it's definitely
I see that.
I think a good one because he was so dominant too, like so dominant against Ferguson.
And it looks. Did they? No, never mind. I thought they did something they didn't do. I forgot it was like that before. Anyway, what I was saying? So Dariush is 3. So Dariush Gaethje, maybe they're going to be looking at that. That'd be fun too. I'd be fine with that. Listen, you give Dariush Gaethje, I'd be fine with that. I can't complain about that because Dariush, man, what else do you want him to do? Give him Gaethje. I'll be fine with that. And as far as Chandler, well, they moved Ferguson to 6, but do they really see him as 6?
No, I would hope not.
I won't. Do you think are you going to give him Michael Chandler next? I don't think they're going to do that.
No,
maybe Dos Anjos or Hooker. Dude, I'm looking at this. Gregor Gillespie's up to 11. Gillespie Chandler would be fun, but even though I don't think Gillespie has a shot, but that'd be a fun fight.
I think Gillespie, the way he's been recently, and especially coming off of that huge confidence booster of a win, I think Gillespie's going to go on a run here very soon. And
the thing is, the way he likes to beat people, he wouldn't beat Chandler. He can't beat Chandler that way. I think. Well, I think
though he could deal with striking.
Have you seen Gillespie strike? That's not the way he does things. He does. I'm aware, and drown you into the waters. And Chandler's the superior striker, but he's also a great wrestler. I don't think he'd be able to do that to Chandler. I like to see it though. I like to see it. I want to see it be a 5-round fight too. I want to see those guys see what happens in a 5-round fight. Mostly be like cardio battle, really, and of will and toughness, and that's just fun. This is like a marathon of a fight that would be really, really fun and nasty. That's Gillespie and Chandler someday. Islam, this guy.
Yeah, talk about that fight.
I'm talking about Makhachev.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, he didn't fight this week.
Oh, why you got to ruin my bit here, man?
Well, I'm just gonna make fights up for you. You know what?
I'm gonna make.
I need to start doing it. Yeah. No
fantasy fights.
His next fight is against Thiago Moises. I don't know when that is, but it's soon. But this is another guy. It's him and that other Russian dude from the bantamweight division. What is his name? Let me look real fast. Mermab Davlavashi. Those are two guys. I think they could probably beat everyone in their division. I mean, Islam is tough, man. He's tough. And after if he beats
Islam's
Moises
tougher than the actual religion that he's named after, which is always good. And he doesn't hide behind people. And
that's one guy though. That's not every Muslim. You think that's one guy?
We'll discuss. We'll discuss off air because I feel like I'd get canceled.
I'll cancel you myself.
Nah.
If next year I'll do this shit by myself because I changed passwords on Ray.
Okay. Remember, I also have access as well. And changing it to Creed 420 will not do anything for you, by the way. You son of a bitch. But no, yeah, I like Islam Makhachev, and I'm really excited to see him fight.
Now we're gonna have to change the password because you just said what it may or may not be on air.
420
may or may not be.
All right, your paranoia.
They have my credit card information.
That is true. That is true. Although here on StreamYard, they just send you a thing via the email, which is nice. That's why I like StreamYard. That's how you log in and out. Is like they just they email you something and that's it. So
change the password to the Disney Plus password.
Nah, I don't even remember that one. To be honest.
Okay, never mind. I'll do it.
But
where were we? I don't know. Dariush something. These guys who we're talking about Islam, and then you were talking about Islam and how you're a terrible human being who hates anyone who doesn't look like him. Yeah. So,
but I'm atheist, so I don't like any religion. Ha ha ha! I win.
Yeah, but you know, as annoying you are with atheism is as annoying as some people are with religion. You know that, like, what you think is wrong and stupid, and you should be. That's how you. At least on this show, you don't do it. You don't do it outside. You just talk about.
Oh,
I
do it outside, but I don't talk about it often.
Right. Then I'm right. Do you have like big poster board signs at sporting events that says like your faith is a lie? Is that what's gonna happen when we go to the Pirates game? It's gonna be you with that sign. It's telling.
In front of in the section in front of or the seats in front of us, I lay out a sign that says "God is dead," and just see how that goes over.
Judas was right.
I
hate you. Please listen. I know you won't do that.
No,
which is
I
good.
won't do that.
Man, that'd be a problem. I'd have to explain so much stuff to so many people just for being your friend.
Oh man! And the sad thing is, I had a cousin who was a Catholic priest. Like I have respect for some religions and shit, but it's all dumb to me.
So you're saying the Catholics, but not the Muslims?
No, Catholics definitely. Well, the Catholic religion is basically just Greek and Roman mythology. That's all it really is, because they've got like multi people and stuff like that, and then one person at the top.
All of this a little mix and match and this and that and whatnot.
Oh, of course. I was actually
anyway. What we're talking? Fury Wilder. This is interesting, right? Who's going to set this up? You want me to do it? I'll do it.
Okay, yeah, and then I'll give my opinion as well.
Okay, so what I think basically happened. So they just all but finalized the Fury Joshua fight in August in
August 14th. It was
Saudi
the original
Arabia,
date
in Saudi Arabia. However, and everyone's like, "Cool, they finalized it." However, there was a judge somewhere. It was a private arbitration. That they basically went to court over a contract that Fury and Wilder had together about a rematch clause. And Fury, as people said, that he doesn't have to give him a rematch. He's not entitled to one. They took it to court. And the overseeing judge says, oh, according to this, he owes you, you're entitled to the rematch. And the judge said that he has to grant him that rematch by September, I think.
Yeah.
Or he's in breach of contract. So that's a problem, right? Because he's supposed to fight Joshua. So now it's going to happen. Well, what's probably going to happen is Wilder's going to make some money.
Yeah.
Because already his manager said he wants $14 million. But you know what? He probably won't get 14. But when I'm looking at it, I'm like, they probably pay him close to that because of how much money. I mean, listen, this is like a $90 million fight. Is no more than that. I forget.
120 euros.
Okay.
That's
like 140 million-ish, 30, 40.
Yeah.
Something like that. So that's like a $70 million fight each. So if they're both, for this to happen, they both have to give Wilder about 7 other purse. Yeah. He's going to get paid. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen, unless he's being super stubborn and just wants to fucking fight, which I give him a lot of credit for, kind of. I mean, I want to see this Joshua fight more than I want to see the Wilder fight. But listen, the law says and the contract says that he's entitled to his rematch. So if he wants to fight, he'll take the fight, right? However, if he doesn't take the fight, it's not because he's backing out. He's just saying, okay, listen, I really just want to get paid for this. So just you pay me my money for not fighting, and then we'll see what happens after this. What do you think, Ray?
Hope. I have opinions. First of all, to that judge, go fuck yourself. Second of all,
here's the conspiracy angle. The conspiracy angle is that judge is waiting for a check. He's waiting for an envelope of cash.
Oh,
when this payday comes out.
Deontay Wilder, like, to me, I love him. I'm a fan of his. I do appreciate his style in the ring. It's a very smash mouth. I'm just going to basically throw from the hip and say, fuck it, let's party. And that's fun in boxing.
And he's beaten guys who are better boxers than him with his knockout power. Most guys have been better boxers than him. Yeah.
Stone.
Something that you only get from, Ray's going to hate me saying this, you only get that from God, Ray.
Yeah. No, yeah, that is pure God-given talent, dude. Like, and also it's like assholes, Casey Jones. All right. Opinions are like armpits. I know everybody has them, but I prefer the asshole version. That way I can swear on this shit and possibly get demonetized. Well, we're actually over 3 minutes in, so I can technically swear. So that's a good time. Even though we'll probably never get monetization.
I also agree with our man D-Rest here. Atheism is religion. It basically.
Yeah. It depends on how you look at it. If you're like
how you
hardcore,
there are people who gather as atheists and whatnot.
I know.
You know, that's basically.
Those people are just lonely, to be honest with you. But like when I look at Deontay Wilder,
a lot of people are lonely, Ray.
Well, I am. I understand. I get it. But like Deontay Wilder, in the arms of an atheist. There's no God. But
I'm going to have to do a lot of praying after the show.
To me, I think this is it's one level above a travesty in boxing that this has to happen. Especially since, and to be honest with you, Tyson Fury won both fights. Tyson Fury did not win, or Deontay Wilder did not win a single round again, except for the ones he knocked Tyson Fury out, which was what, two times that he dropped him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think Fury won both fights for sure, but man, there's always weird draws in boxing all the time.
Yeah, and to me, I don't think this should be like happening right now. I honestly think the rematch should have been Wilder Fury 2. Just because whoever in the California State Athletic Commission that picked those, I don't know if was Adelaide Bird on that judge's row for California, or what the fuck what fight were they watching where that was a fucking draw? Like what pro wrestling bullshit was that?
Was she? I don't think she was.
I don't know. It would make sense. It would definitely make sense. But I don't think this should be happening. I think right now what the boxing world needs is the two best boxers in the world going at it in Saudi Arabia on fucking August 14th. Not this dog and pony show that they're trying to set up for Deontay Wilder to come back like this uncrowned champion that he's not. I hate to say it. Tyson beat him very, very cleanly. What is it? Oh God, D-Rest. It's let me read this comment. Hey Ray, will you be willing to listen to an excellent rock song about atheism? I think you really, really like, or you really like it, and Tim too. Send it to our Instagram. We'll listen to it at Bro Plata or Twitter. I think our messages are open on Twitter. If we get big enough, I don't think that's going to last, to be honest with you, because the amount of hate mail. Okay. But yeah, send it to one of our social medias. I'll definitely listen to it.
Todd Ruthgren got into the Hall of Fame. See that?
Yeah. Another travesty is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions, but that's just been for decades, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man. Listen, Iron Maiden will get in eventually, but some people are pretty pissed they didn't get in, and Rage too. But Rage is a '90s band, man. Don't freak out too much. They'll get in.
Yeah, I was about to say they're going to be second ballot Hall of Fame. The one that I always,
I think people got angry that the Foo Fighters got in and Rage didn't.
Well, I mean,
which me personally, I'm a bigger fan of Foo Fighters and Rage, but I can understand, personally,
same here.
Personally, but yeah.
But my thing with like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is one, Ozzy is not in it. That's an obvious gripe. But my deep cut, he's not. He's in with Black Sabbath.
Sabbath's in it,
but it's not Ozzy as a solo artist who had a better career as a solo artist than Black Sabbath did.
Who did better on charts?
Ozzy did way better.
Sure,
way better than Black Sabbath.
I believe you.
Yeah, that's a weird thing too. I know that fact actually. Tom Morello's on the Hall of Fame board as like a member.
Doesn't get in.
Yeah, still doesn't get it. No nepotism, I see. It's like the Baseball Hall of Fame. Nobody gets in. Nobody on the board gets in. God damn it. But the one that bothers me always is Warren Zevon. I think Warren Zevon deserves to go into the Hall of Fame based on his music. His music, some of the greatest singer-songwriter shit you've ever heard. Rolling the Headless Thompson Gunner. Excitable Boy, My Shit's Fucked Up, Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead, all really great songs. Like 4 songs that are kick fucking ass, and yet he wrote for Linda Ronstadt, he wrote for fucking Jackson Browne, he wrote most of he wrote songs for the Eagles.
He was a nominee, right?
No, he was nominated. I've written him in a bunch of times just because I'm like on like their website. I write him in every year just because I'm like in the fan vote, just because I believe he should go in. Like he absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. He has like there's writings of Warren Zevon that are in the Hall of Fame, but I think he should be a member, although he was a prick to a lot of people.
Well, that will do it.
Might help.
That will do it. I mean, look, Pete Rose should absolutely be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, but he's not, right? And also, you go into the Hall of Fame, there's plenty of Pete Rose stuff in there, right? And there's plenty of things where they talk about Pete Rose and what he's done, but he's not technically in the Hall of Fame. So, I mean, listen, man, your stuff's in the Hall of Fame. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a great one. But the thing is, it's just you want to be one of the members. You want to have your ceremony. You want to. I don't know. You know who I think should get into the Hall of Fame? Weird Al Yankovic. Okay, listen.
Yeah, I agree.
He probably won't, but this is the thing. Either that man needs some kind of big lifetime achievement award. Either that or a Mark Twain award. If he doesn't get in the Hall of Fame, I take a Mark Twain award for him. That probably makes more sense.
I agree on
that. Who doesn't like Weird Al? I fucking love Weird Al. He's one of my
By the way, another great Warren Zevon song from Casey, Lawyers, Guns, and Money. Probably one of his biggest songs he's ever had. I love Warren Zevon. Love him. I cried reading his handwriting because I was just like, when I went to the Rock Hall, I was like, oh my God,
it's documentary. What I saw, it's on something that I haven't watched it yet.
VH1 had a documentary when he had cancer.
It's on one of the streaming services.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have to watch that now.
I don't know which one it is on though. I'll try to look it out real quick. Warren Zevon documentary.
Casey Jones does not like Weird Al. Apparently, Weird Al is prejudiced towards literate people.
I mean, that's probably true. I could see people not quite getting most of his jokes. I mean, he had that word crime song.
Yeah, I always like foil because I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I immediately was like, "Yeah, this is our song. This is our theme song now. We're gonna have the beautiful Weird Al Yankovic doing his shit." Oh man,
maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe I'm thinking somebody else. I don't know.
Let's talk about the other big fight that was on this card for UFC 262.
Canadian.
I mean, was it a good fight? I didn't watch it. I told you I watched like 3 fights.
Okay,
before
I'll
the
tell
show.
you about it. I'll tell you. Yeah, this is the thing about Canadian. If you want to beat her, you have to knock her ass out. Or submit. You have to finish her because she'll outpoint you. I think I don't know if she's lost a decision. She may have, but like she outpoints everybody. She's high volume. A lot of people, if you see just decision wins, because she's never had a finish in the UFC. If you see just decision wins, you're like, what are they laying, praying, or whatever? No, I mean, listen, Canadian, like she has high volume, and she just doesn't have a lot of pop, but she definitely hits girls, and she hits them a lot. That's why she wins all these decisions, and that's what happened in this one. It was very close. I think they got it right. What was the name of the lady she fought? Anyway, but like Chikadi is the reason
Vivian
she's
Aru.
Right.
I'm not even gonna try. I'm too white for that name.
Arajo.
Yeah, it might be Arajo.
This one's fun. Arajo.
Red?
Either way, she had one round when she took her down. No, actually, Chikadi won that round. She won the first round, but Chikadi won the second and third round. One judge said that Chikadi won all three rounds, which is outrageous. Oh, there's one more judging thing we forgot to talk about. We'll talk about that in a second.
Oh God.
Yeah. But Chikadi looked great. There's a reason why she's up the top of her division, the flyweights. Excuse me. Because she wins fights. She wins fights. She doesn't finish people. She wins fights. But when she fights people who are nasty and can knock her out, like Valentina and Andrade, that happens. But the thing is, if you don't finish her, she'll probably outpoint you. So there you go. And like I said, it's not like she's not trying to finish. She doesn't have finishing pop. Because she definitely hits people in high volume. And there's definitely been times she's been close to finishing people. But anyway, she can't even look good again. And good for her. And that's why she's still at the top of the division. Because she's high volume.
Been a mainstay.
Very, very technical. Super technical.
Absolutely, man. Like I like Katlyn Chookagian. I didn't watch. Full disclosure to you guys, I watched a lot of the card this afternoon while I was cleaning out my work truck.
Did you buy it?
No.
Okay.
No.
But don't say any more.
But I'm not gonna give away the website because that's my little.
Honestly, like, listen, you and I you can watch the pay-per-view legally from two places at once.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should probably sync that up.
Probably. I want to see if my TV actually gets UFC or ESPN is an app on the TV.
Well, if not, buy a Roku for $20.
Nah, I'm good. I got a smart TV now. I got a smart TV.
Well, then it should work. TV. Well, I mean, ESPN Plus should work on your smart TV. So
yeah, I'm hoping because and I have ESPN Plus just normally. So, but and I want to get us so big that we can actually start writing those off on our taxes. I think that would be a nice thing. It's like a business expense.
Listen, people pop in for a minute and they bail.
Hey. We appreciate them and the comments they leave because honestly,
me too.
Like the fact that ever since we got on the MMAholes.com, we've been actually like talking to people, and that's for two lonely fucks like us. This is fun. Like I look forward to these almost every time. It's mostly because I might have a bad day at work, and that's the only time where I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta do this. But the people coming back, Casey Jones, D-Rest, Double Champ, who also gave us a retweet. Shout out to you and to all of our OGs that have been with us from the beginning, man. Like when we joined, I can't say appreciation more, dude.
Ditto, yeah, for sure. All of that, all of what he said, I agree.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like. Just give us the title, by the way. D-Rest is trying to send it. We'll copy and paste it, whatever the title of the thing is, because the email is more for business than it is anything. Even though we don't do
really?
much.
Nah, we'll be fine.
It got us Lenny for a hot minute, and then she bailed. So,
yeah. So Rodrigo what was his name? Bontorin, right? Stepped up short notice-ish to fight Matt Schnell.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Schnell was going to win this fight. Well, number one, Mr. Bontorin. They figured that he wasn't going to be able to make flyweight, so they said, okay, well, fight a bantamweight then. And they said, okay. He still missed weight. He's 137.
Yeah,
he missed weight. He still missed weight. So, number one, make weight. Besides that, he had a good fight. He fought really well. He looked really good against a super tough guy, Matt Schnell, who I didn't think he'd beat. But make fucking weight, bro. And listen, it's the first time he missed weight. They did say that he was like, when they took the fight, he was 165. I'm like, they were saying on the broadcast, how could a flyweight ever be 165 unless they're retired. Like if they plan on fighting anytime soon, within that year, 40 pounds over, what's crazy?
Yeah, to me, he probably had that like mentality of I can get that weight up, I can finally, or weight down, I can get it trying to go through with it. And yeah, I don't know, you just got to get your shit together, man. Like, and we've had fighters on this podcast that have said, two ways where it's like missing weight is a shitty thing, and then there's other guys where it's like there shouldn't be a weight class or weight class or like weight cutting at all. And I think kind of that's right. I think that there shouldn't be weight cutting the way they do it.
Well, wrestling has done hydration tests for a long time, right? So,
yeah.
I mean,
and that's what I think they should do.
Right. That's what one does. Listen, that's what one does. And like, just example I could think of, Eddie Alvarez fights in the same weight class.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible, bro. Not for everybody. And some people have to change weight classes. But also, again, I think they should change 155 and 170 to 3 weight classes. 55, 65, 75. We've been talking about that forever. The only person who disagreed with us was Drew Schottenheimer, because he's Drew Schottenheimer, who I love, by the way. But yeah, hopefully he'll get a fight maybe this year or next year. Drew. Some of those guys that we talked to who couldn't fight because of COVID or whatever in Ohio because there wasn't too much going on. Everybody, Andrew Law is training again finally, and he's looking for hopefully a fight in the fall or winter. So that'll be fun. He hasn't fought since 2019.
Yeah, he was talking about that.
Yeah, because he had that weird injury, but he just got cleared. He finally got cleared to train. He hasn't trained in a minute. I mean, he's always at the gym, but as far as hard training, he hasn't trained in a minute.
Well, hopefully he gets back.
We're talking about this guy. His name's Andrew Law. You want to look him up on Tapology or whatever. Andrew Law. He's 11-5, welterweight from Ohio. He's a judo guy mostly. And
great dude, man. We've done a couple interviews with him. Go check those out.
Yeah, I think our first episode 4, I think, was our first interview with Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in my back for a long time. Yeah, and we'll have him back probably when he fights again. And you know what? Listen, his new manager, I believe at least, he also came from our hookup, right? Because our buddy Gene Walker, who we had on the show before, and Andrew are going to work together now. So
good shit.
I hope that works out for him. Yeah,
me too.
All right, I'm like, I think you'll like this guy. I'm like, listen, I know him through stand-up. And then his happened to be a guy who manages fighters. I'm like, I think you'll like this guy. And it took a couple tries because Andrew just didn't feel like talking to him. Like, he just hates that part of the business so much, he didn't even like bother to talk to Gene. But finally, when I got Gene to call him, and they figured it out. So I think it's going to happen. So that's good.
Good. I like that, man. Gene's a great guy.
He can use some help too, because he's been needing some help. And somebody won't screw him over, which I'd be very surprised if Gene did that. So,
I always will love to tell the story of the first time I met Gene Walker, and I had no fucking clue who he was. When he was just yelling at the Indiana State Athletic Commission because his one fighter's blood work didn't come in, and I did not like Gene until I met him at a comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
I always hated him. I didn't even know his name. I just saw him once at an MMA show and was like, that guy's a kind of a dick. Like, I don't know.
Hey, he was standing up for his guys, man. That's his job. Somebody has to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want the fighter to be the one yelling at the commission about stuff like that.
No, and I had never seen that situation before. That's what was really odd to me about the whole thing.
Episode 18 is on YouTube. Guys, that's Gene Walker. 4 is Andrew Law. 18 is Gene Walker. And then there's another one with Andrew Law too. It's the second one we did with him. But the first one is when we really talked to him. It's a really good interview. The second one we talk about what's going on currently in the fights that week. But yeah, anyway, good interviews on there. I don't know why Pat Miletich interview isn't up here.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know why our editor isn't putting that up right now. What do we not pay them for? We keep them in a basement locked up. They should be able to get on the laptop once a day. I feed them a half a meal every day, and they're unappreciative. Unfucking appreciative.
Right. Listen, you say you don't pay the editor. However, like if you don't pay someone else to edit it and you're the editor, you're paying the editor.
I feed them stale bread and peanuts in my crawl space. They should what that's their pay. Get on that get on that MacBook Pro and you do your goddamn job.
We should probably just get a hold of Harrison because he'll do it for a couple bucks when he has the time.
This is true.
I mean, he was helping us out with the streams, which I really wish we had him now, but he has a job that works nights. So
yeah,
but he'd probably be able to do videos for us though. But anyway, that one's already done. All I have to do is upload it, right?
I know, yeah.
You monster.
I'm a terrible person.
Yeah, anyway, did you watch the Burgos Barbosa fight?
Oh, my favorite fight of the three I watched.
Fight of the night. Awesome fight, which does not surprise me at all. Both these guys fight. The last time Burgos fought, he had that great fight against Josh Abbott. It was awesome. It was great. And one of the weirder things I ever saw. I mean, this is what Rogan said on the broadcast. He's done, over 1,000 fights, and he's never seen that before. And what we're talking about is the finish. Hit him with a giant right on the chin. A shot that would normally knock a lot of people out. And right when you see, like, dude, that guy just took a sledgehammer to the chin. How is he still standing? 5 whole seconds later, he stopped standing. It was very strange.
It was. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was just going to say, a guy whose channel I talk about all the time on here, Dr. Brian Suterer. He always does. He has great videos about that. He had a great video about this, and he explains it the best he can. It's really, I don't know. Like, long story short, it's just people are different and brains are different, and sometimes he said it is very rare and strange, but it's just basically just one of the reasons why concussions are so confusing. It's because everyone's different in different ways, and this is just someone reacting differently.
Yeah.
To a shot, and it was weird, but it was great. And also, Mike Beltran was the ref, and he did let him take some unnecessary shots, but he didn't know what was going on. No one really knew what was happening.
No,
I mean, listen, if that would have happened right away, he'd probably be like, "Okay, he's out cold, done, it's over." But he didn't know what was happening. No one did, so I don't really blame him. I mean, it's unfortunate because he didn't need to take those 2 extra shots because he was out from that punch. But it's weird that it took 5 seconds. No one's seen that before. I'm sure if it happens again with Beltran, he'll stop it. But it's never happened before. And like I said, guys, the guys on the commentary team who have seen thousands of fights, DC, who's been in all those fights, has not seen it. So it's obviously very rare. And it was weird, but it's cool. Barbosa, good for him. Really good win. And he's going to hang around featherweight, I guess. And who doesn't? I mean, listen, everyone gets excited when they hear Barbosa's going to fight somebody.
Oh, hell yeah. And that's the thing about that knockout. I was watching it, and it was sort of like, you remember like those fight scenes in like comedy movies where the dude gets hit and he laughs it off and then all of a sudden falls backwards, or like he's super drunk and then they fall backwards without realizing it?
Yes.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. I can't think of like a movie that has that in it, but I definitely can see it in my head now. You explain it.
I do have a scene that it reminded me of, which was Almost Heroes with Chris Farley and Chandler, ironically, from
Matthew
Friends.
Perry.
Yeah.
That movie flopped, but that movie is funny, damn it.
It's a fucking great film. I love that movie.
It flopped hard because it was weird. And it was about Lewis Clark days, but it's funny. There's some funny Pittsburgh and Nelly.
Right. I'll have you know, drinking has its benefits.
A whore that can do things with her one good arm that makes you forget about that thing on her back.
I need to take care of my woman, Captain. You do realize your woman is made of straw. Yeah, I figured that's why she burns so easy.
It's a funny movie. Eugene Levy's in it.
There's so many good character actors in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like Farley, and you can tell Farley was kind of on the way out, like physically. He looked pretty bad in that film. But when him and what was that? He's been in a bunch of stuff. The guy that played the Conquistador.
Eugene Levy. Yeah,
that wasn't Eugene Levy. That was not Eugene Levy. No, I'm talking about the leader of the conquistadors, not the one that was married to or like
Oh, okay. Okay,
had
because he
the
was in that
Indian
movie.
bride. No.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about like the fatter guy. Eugene Levy is in that movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't disagree with you on that.
Okay.
I was talking about where it was like the fat dude with like the wig for a hair or on his head in the movie. But he sort of looked like oh fuck, what's his name? Why can't I remember his fucking name? Rain Man, who Dustin Hoffman. He sort of looked like had the wig like Dustin Hoffman and Hook. Like that was kind of the like what he had on. And
Stephen Potter,
that's it. Oh man, but no, that drinking contest is my favorite part of the movie. Like that is such a hilarious scene after the dude's like they keep going and Stephen Potter's just looking at Farley like, what the fuck is this person? He's out drinking me. How is this happening? And then he passes out.
That wasn't Stephen Potter.
Oh, you fuck. Who is it?
Jonathan Joss, maybe?
Oh, god damn it. Let me look it up. I have the guy's face in my head. It's always there because he's a great character actor too. He's played a bunch of stuff in the past. Almost Heroes. This is the kind of groundbreaking stuff you will get every time you join the Bro
Plata. Anyway, yeah. Remember that movie from 1998, everybody?
98, too. That movie's 23 years old. Fuck.
Jeez.
Oh, I hate my life sometimes. Kevin Dunn.
Okay.
He's been in a bunch of shit. Oh, speaking of, and I want to...
Speaking of shit.
Speaking of great actors, we lost one today. We lost one today. And I'm very sad about it. Charles Grodin died.
Mm-hmm.
Great movies. There's been so many movies that guy's been in. Beethoven, if you're of a certain age. Midnight Run. He was also in what?
Heaven Can Wait.
Yes, Heaven Can Wait. He was in the King Kong movie in 1976. I'm just looking up his thing on Google right now. The Woman in Red, Heart and Soul. Heaven Can Wait, which is a weird movie if you've never...
I love Heaven Can Wait.
Oh, that is such a weird-ass movie. And no, he didn't... Meatloaf didn't die. Tim knows exactly who died, and you can say it a couple of weeks ago. Your hero, your idol, a man that created music.
Jim Steinman, the guy who wrote all the songs for Meatloaf, he died. We talked about
that. Dave. Oh, my God. Yeah, Dave was a good movie.
I remember Dave.
Yeah.
Kevin Kline.
Really good movie. But I also want to talk about something, and I know Tim doesn't like when I bring wrestling in. But
I saw one of your favorite wrestlers died, so it's all right. You can go.
It hurt. This one I don't let, like, when Randy Savage died, I actually did kind of feel down. But this one was probably the one that really killed me. And I've never actually ever cried while listening to Natural Born Killers by Ice Cube and Dr. Dre in my life. But when I heard the news that, and if there's anybody that's a wrestling fan in the chat, and D-Rest, you're from the East Coast, so you may know of him. Jerome Young, also known as New Jack, the original gangsta from Extreme Championship Wrestling and Smoky Mountain Wrestling. If you're a big fan of his older work, was primarily known for being in ECW. Died Friday while we were doing the show. The announcement had been made, and it hurt. Like Saturday, I was playing Natural Born Killers, and I was driving to like my last stop of the day, and just bawling my eyes out at the fact that New Jack was dead. To be honest with you, because I loved his promos, I loved his wrestling style. I almost watched him die on pay-per-view the first time I ever watched ECW. He jumped off of a second floor of an arena onto Bam Bam Bigelow, and it just knocked himself out completely, and they had to finish the match like with Bam Bam carrying him and putting him in his finisher, and that was the end of the match. It was horrifying. But what I love about New Jack the most, if you've ever seen a promo of New Jack's, one of the most infamous promos he ever did was in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And if you can't already tell by the name of New Jack, he is the original gangster. So it was sort of like East LA, hardcore gangster, even though he was from I think he was from Georgia originally. But one of the promos he did while with Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and this is East Tennessee, so they're already looking to kill him, just because he's a black dude in East Tennessee. But he once on television looked in the screen, and I'm going to look you, Tim, dead in the eyes when I say this. This was right after the O.J. Simpson shit. He literally said on television, I wish I could make this up, but it's true. Shout out to my man, O.J. Simpson. Two less that we have to worry about.
That's a weird gray area, though, right? Because he was in character, correct?
Yeah, well, he probably actually
right. That's one of those weird gray areas, though, right? Like it wasn't me; it was the character.
Yeah, I was doing a character like Mr. Imus does.
WNBC, yeah. Are you done with your tribute there? I mean, you can keep going.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a sad day in our world.
Yeah, that's a bummer. It's a bummer. I'm not being sarcastic.
Well, I'm also going to say this, right, just to throw it out there. This isn't a paid thing. This is more to take care of his wife and his kids, because he has kids as well. People that are watching this right now and people in the future, I want you to do one thing for me, which is to go to prowrestlingtees.com and search out the New Jack collection. There's 3 t-shirts that are available. A lot of the proceeds will go to New Jack and his family. So make sure to go do that for me. Please go support them. He was 58, died of a heart attack. And I just want to get that out there because New Jack gave me decades of entertainment, from 1998 until 2018, I want to say, is when he stopped wrestling. But New Jack was the man, and he deserves a great send off. So go support Pro Wrestling Tees and go buy a New Jack t-shirt, because it goes to his family. And I think that's a right thing to do, to be honest with you.
Did you buy one?
So,
Did you buy one?
I'm buying one next week. Actually, I get paid next week. There's a cool one that's got New Jack 187 on it. And it's his head, like a cartoon head and an X. So I'm going to be buying that next week on Pro Wrestling Tees. Go buy their stuff. And also go buy the Dana White privilege shirt at the for the MMA holes. That's a great fucking shirt. Go do that as well. We're just hawking merch today, apparently.
Sure, why not? Maybe someday it'll be on our own. Probably not.
I can only hope.
Yeah. So this is a quote from Houston police. Mr. Lewis said he went over to the suspect, struck him, placed him onto the ground until police arrived. Houston Police Department Public Information Officer Jody Silva told MMA Fighting, "That's the nicest way to put it." ESPN claims Derek Lewis, quote, "knocked the man out."
Oh,
motherfucker tried to break into my shit, Lewis told his social media followers.
Yes.
Mofo picked the right/wrong car to break into. He's okay.
Hey, I did not know that he got his car broken into.
This happened today apparently, and he he blocked the dude the fuck out.
Run up, get got, bro. Run up, get got. I mean, you're fucking.
Video.
If I was in the neighborhood and all of a sudden, if I lived in Derek Lewis's neighborhood and fucking all of a sudden I saw him punch someone out, I'd go, "Oh, that guy deserves it."
It's so he's literally one of the worst people on earth. to get punched by. Who's worse?
Ngannou.
I mean, you can say maybe Ngannou, maybe Deontay Wilder, like, but he's like, it's not much better. It's not much better, right? So, sheesh, man.
Oh.
And I'm sure he got well. Also, I don't know. I hope Derek Lewis's hand is okay.
Yes,
I hope this guy, survive. He survives. But listen, I mean, and especially in I wonder if there's some states where I don't know. Most states now, they have like stand their ground and shit. You could probably do that.
I would hope, though. People. I would
California,
hope that
maybe.
If
who
that
knows,
dude lived in the neighborhood, he knew he was trying to fuck around with somebody that was way tougher and way stronger, and you just got, son. Like it's sometimes street justice is a great thing, and Derek Lewis is the kind of guy who would be like, "Fuck this motherfucker, he stole from me." And I hope he said that.
Well, listen, he's now front runner for next week's Hero of the Week. Speaking of that, we haven't got to this week's Hero of the Week yet.
Let's do that.
Let's do that now. I'm going to run through it pretty quick. It's not super as entertaining as maybe some of the other ones. This is one that's, to me, made me kind of happy. Because, listen, we talked about Angel Hernandez last. Listen, it's baseball season. There's a lot of baseball games happening, more baseball games than anything else. This is going to be a lot of baseball. All right. And I love baseball and a lot of maybe, who knows, but a lot of crazy shit going on. John Lipka, he's a Major League Baseball umpire. He's I think he's like 34, 35, younger one. He has the highest accuracy rate as far as home plate umpires go, as far as the computer screen strike zone, which those aren't always accurate, but they are consistent because different parks have different cameras and different angles. So that's one of the reasons why I don't want them to go automated, because because like I said, every park would have a different strike zone, and it's kind of strange, right? But you can also say, well, don't most umpires have a different strike zone? I'm like, maybe they try to do. But anyway, according to the statistics, and I think there's an umpire scores Twitter page. They everybody's time somebody does a game, they say what the umpire score was. This guy has higher score than anybody in baseball. The reason he's my Hero of the Week is because they give a lot of shit to umpires all the time. However, like the fact that that's how good that guy is. Like he is the most accurate. He is the best at what he does in the world, apparently. I mean, there's other guys that are good, but as far as being a home plate umpire and his accuracy, it seems that he is the most consistent in the world. John Lipka. And that's and listen, like I said, I've umpired baseball. It's hard. It's really hard. So the fact that he's that good every single day, listen, you always talk about the guys when they're shitty, right? Dude, you got to give the guys credit when he's good too, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm giving the credit as my Hero of the Week, because I just found this out. He had a game. I think they said, according to the computer system, he missed one pitch in a whole game. One. Fucking one.
That's a great eye.
That's insane. That's insane. Like, listen, that's like, I don't know, pick somebody. It's like as good as Tyson Fury is in boxing or whatever, and whatever. That's how good this guy is at his job.
He's like the Wayne Gretzky of umpires.
That. He's not the only guy with really high scores either. The guy got a 99% the Indians game yesterday. But the thing, like, the point is, I know you usually don't want to talk about umpires unless they do something bad. It's why everyone, if they know one umpire, they know Angel Hernandez, because he's the one who gets stuck. He's not the highest. I think he's the lowest. So, but you got to give credit to a guy who's just that damn good at what he does, and he's in a position that's it's not thankless because he gets paid, but it's anonymous usually if you do well, right? But I'm saying this guy's name, John Lipka. Listen, I'm sure now, especially this Twitter. I looked it up. You just look up the baseball umpire scores Twitter page, you'll find it. Now that they have that, guys will know when John Lipka is behind the plate that he's probably right. If you think he missed, it's a good chance that he didn't miss. So it's good because people are well aware now. I mean, because of that technology, where they know, at least as consistency goes, right? He's very good. So hats off to that guy for being just a really badass at his job. And like those guys don't get enough love. And actually, shout out to if you're a fan of baseball at all, the John Boy page that guy's great. And he has other people on those breakdowns and stuff that he does. He's actually the one that had this video up. they have great stuff all the time. Good. So hats off to them for that, for showing that. But yeah, this John Lithgow guy had a fantastic game. Almost one, listen, hundreds of pitches, right? They say maybe he missed one. The only funny thing about it, and they said that in the John Boy video, is that bat, the guy ended up hitting a home run. But it was just kind of funny. But anyway, John Lithgow. Before we go, I do want to talk about a couple other fights.
Okay.
Andrea Lee. She fought the older Shevchenko girl.
Yes.
Older, possibly hotter, but you know what?
I do like a good brunette, but her sister is like way too fucking hot.
Right. The thing is, it's just if you were just going on what just what they look like and you didn't know what they did, you probably say that the older one may be a little hot. She has a nicer face. This is a very douchebag man conversation to have right now. But Valentina is such a monster that I love Valentina. She's so good. So I mean, I'm gonna go with Valentina just because of how dominant she is.
Yeah,
but
Antonia, like she's cute. Not gonna lie, but her sister is just
It's mostly because of how much of a savage she is and how fun she is when you see in interviews and whatnot.
She's got a great smile too. Like she's got an infectious ass smile. Where you're like, I can't hate this woman at all.
She posted a picture on Twitter the other day. Apparently, Sports Illustrated call her one of the fittest women athletes on earth, and she put a picture up. And the comments were, man, way worse than what we're saying.
I was about to say
exactly what you like. Listen, I'm not gonna get that bad here, but no, yeah, exactly what you think it would be. It's just straight up.
God, I can only imagine that there was some guy just trying to upload his dick into the comments. Like they're just, there's some guy that has no idea how to work like any kind of thing, and his like just, why won't the dick pic send? Why won't the dick pic send?
All right, so I got to rapid fire some of these things. Well, first, I just saw this an hour ago. TJ Dillashaw returned versus Corey Sandhagen rebooked for UFC Fight Night on July 24th.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Also, Andrea Lee, you need to watch this fight. It's on the prelims because she does such a great job of being patient. She had like a triangle going, and it took her a while to get. I think she eventually got an armbar, but she was so patient with her submission and look for other openings. It's just textbook off your back. And good for Andrea Lee. She's another good-looking lady. She's a badass fighter, and she choked. I think she armbarred. Yeah, the other Shevchenko. She looked great. It was a fantastic submission. Like I said, it was just a lot. Mentally, it was a fantastic submission, just because of the way she was patient and was smart about it. Jordan Wright.
Oh, hats off. No pun intended, but hats off. This chick can wear a cowboy hat pretty good.
She can. That's true too. Yeah, she absolutely can do that. Yeah. Sorry, cowboy. We love when you wear it, but come on. You're not injured. Come on. You're not injured.
Yeah.
Come on.
Plus, cowboy is like not that sexy. I'm gonna go on a limb.
That's true. We're talking about we can do that sometime too. We talk about the sexiest UFC fighters as far as dudes go. He's not going to be up there to me. Paulo Costa's Paulo Costa's up there for sure.
I was about to say Paulo Costa would be on that list. Even though he's not in the UFC anymore, just in MMA in general. Alan Jouban is a pretty motherfucker. Like there's some in Louisiana that like somebody voodoo willed his good looks into him in Louisiana.
Luke Rockhold, obviously.
Yeah.
Another one.
Antonio Bigfoot Silva.
Roy Nelson. Anyway, Jordan Wright got knocked out his last fight against Joaquin Buckley, but it came back and in 1 minute and 4 seconds knocked out Jimmy Pickett. That was pretty great. And did you see Jacare? Did you not see Jacare?
I saw he got subbed.
That's all you saw?
I did, yeah. And they mentioned him in the Tony Ferguson fight as like one of the guys where it's like they were so dominant and everything. I kind of saw the writing on the wall after Trapper Keeper fucked him up. Trapper Keeper, by the way, for people that don't know, is Kevin Holland.
This one was a lot different.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. This fight reminded me of when Frank Mir had that nasty Kimura against Big Nog.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, these guys and Andre Muniz has a lot of submission wins. You're like, okay, these guys are both really good submission guys, but like Frank Mir's not going to sub Big Nog though. Like, it's kind of going to be a fight in the feet. But if he subs Big Nog, like that's something, right? And then he did, and he really fucked him up. He really messed up his shoulder. This Muniz guy, and it's funny, they were making fun of him kind of making fun of him on the broadcast because he said that he thinks he's a better grappler than Jacare. And Rogan's like, that's a crazy thing to say. They were all like, that's a ridiculous thing to say, basically. Right.
Yeah, but Rogan can be hyperbolic in a lot of what he says. He's admitted.
Sure. No, I'm not blaming him for saying. I'm just saying it was funny.
Yeah, right? And I'm not saying he's wrong for doing it. I'm just saying,
no.
And all due respect to Jacare, I'm not, and I didn't realize his name was Ronaldo. By the way, I thought it was Jacare.
His name
like his parents just named him after an alligator.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I love Jacare because he taught us how to say alligator in Portuguese. Anyway,
that's true.
This guy had this puts. You have to watch it. You have to watch it because I don't know how to explain it. It's beautiful, beautiful. He gets him in this weird trapped position where he traps his arm and he breaks his humerus, Ray. You hear it and you hear it pop. It sounds like a baseball on a baseball bat. It's for sure.
I'm gonna have to watch that
again. Brian Studer, watch the Brian Studer video too because he goes over that.
Okay.
But
hit him up, and we'll get him on because I want to get this guy on as well as the Octagon Doc.
I don't know if he'll come on.
I mean, if we say, "Hey, we're live," and we do it this way. I think he might.
No, we'll do it any way he wants to, man.
I got the Octagon Doc on the hook. It's just I need to hit him up again. That's my guy.
Do it?
Yeah.
Then why don't we?
Well, I've been busy with life. Like I sent you the GIF on Sunday. I have a life, sir.
Ray, how long does it take to message somebody on Instagram? 30 seconds?
I don't really go on Instagram that much.
Or whatever it is that you have been using.
That Instagram is usually the place that I hit people up on.
Okay, so what's the answer to my question?
Takes about 5 days usually for me because I'm not a normal person. I'm a funny man, a headliner, sir. I just headlined a bar 5 minutes from my house.
They pay you
20 minutes. So guess what? Means I'm fancy. Means I'm fancy.
Did you get paid?
No.
Okay then. Moving on. Free headliner Ray Hackclack, everybody.
I am. John Bruton had a great thing, and if you guys don't know, if guys people watching, check out John Bruton online. He's got a special out on YouTube that's pretty dope. He's I consider John one of my best friends, and you know John Bruton, yeah. Mm-hmm. John had one of the greatest. I hate to say give it respect by saying it was one of the greatest backhanded compliments I've ever gotten from a comedian. And it was on a podcast, and he was talking about like shitty comics, like that have bad attitudes and all that kind of stuff. And he was, at the time, he was hosting with Nelson Davis, and he was like, we don't like shitty comedy on top of a shitty attitude. If you're nice and you're shitty, you're fine. Ray Hackclack can come to the grog shop whenever he wants. He can come.
well, that's the thing. Was he saying you're funny and shitty, or that you're nice and not funny? Because I've seen you do both.
At that time, I was not the man I was, but like he even would say, like, if 3 or 4 jokes landed in a 5-minute set, it's like 70% isn't bad from the fucking, because he talked about like the way I was hard on myself early on. And he was like, 70% from the floor isn't bad, stupid. Like, calm down. You had a good set. Just keep moving on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a really good one. Go check that podcast out. They're a really good podcast compared to us. We are what we like to call #GFA, which is God fucking awful.
It's gosh fucking awful. I already regretted the GFA right when I said it because I'm like, I don't want to be blasphemous all the time.
I do.
I know you do, but I don't. So I feel like we need a new one. Or I'll say gosh
fucking awful. I like it. But no, John has a bunch of stuff out on YouTube. Go check him out.
One of my when John just started out, I still remember this, and I think the video is online still. You might be able to find it. It's an old video of him in the funny stop, and he starts talking to this guy in the front row with an eye patch. And he says to the guy with an eye patch, "You're king of the blind." He's like, "What?" And like, "You're king of the blind. You're one man." And the guy's like, "I have cancer. I had it removed." And he freaked out and walked off stage. He just took off. But since then, he was new then. Since then, you ask him about it, he'll laugh about it. He knows what you're talking about.
Now that I have that, I want the story from him. I want the story.
Like I said, if I think about it, I try to look for the video because it used to be online, and I think it's his video. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to delete that. It happened." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "It's a reminder." I'm like, "Okay, sure."
That's good.
I delete that, but I still remember it, man. I still remember when that happened because I was there. Right when I started too.
And I remember my point a couple of weeks ago at his show, Make 'em Laugh Monday. And if you're ever in Cleveland on a Monday night, go to that show. It's at the B-Side Lounge in Coventry, Ohio, Cleveland Heights area. Really good show. I'm always there because it's 20 minutes from my house, and I go through East Cleveland to get home. So I'm not getting pulled over by cops. That's the nice part. Knock on for Micah. Yeah, he talked about how comics are whores. Like we'll do shit for free. We'll do all that kind of stuff. And as I was doing that set in front of like 6 people last night, I thought of John Bruton immediately. And I heard the comics are whores. We don't know really how to get like money out of people. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing right now, but still a good crowd.
Some people are pretty good hustlers, man. There are people that are pretty good. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I've put a lot of shows together, but like I could have made more money on every show I put together. But
yeah, but
there also have been times that I did okay and then like it didn't go well. So, but because I had guaranteed money, and I hate when that. I don't want that to happen ever. I hate when that happens. But because I want the show to be good, if anything else. But that's happened too. But all right, I think are we done? I think we're about that time. So let's figure this out right now. You want to do a matinee on Saturday?
Yes, we will do a matinee show.
Hold on, friend. We'll have to do it early because if I remember correctly, this is a early card.
Is it an early card? Please tell me it's not an early card.
It's an early card. I think it's a 7 o'clock card, which means the prelims start at 4.
Then that's fine. Nobody, they can watch us talk about the stuff while it's going on, because we're sexy people. Prelims start at 4 p.m. I will.
Can we do 2? Can we do 2?
Well, I will attempt that.
Okay.
Because my job, I work Saturdays. And usually like one of my like last stops is around like 1, maybe 2 if we're backed up enough. But we will definitely go Saturday. And I will work my dick off to try and get everything done super early. And make sure that we can be with you guys right before or even a little bit during the prelims this Saturday for the Ohio boy, the man with the basement punches at 125. Yes, we're talking about Cody fucking Garbrandt is fighting. All candor, did not like him during the TJ Needleshaw days, but I like him now because fuck TJ. Yay. Fuck TJ Dillashaw. Piece of shit.
Man, he's the hometown hero. He's the hometown hero here. If my brother wasn't coming over, I'd probably try to find it at a bar. However, I don't know which bars have ESPN Plus. That's a whole thing now, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not on ESPN, it's in the Plus, but I'll just watch it at home.
Shit, I wish we could do a live commentary edition during that. I think that'd be kind of fun.
It's not impossible. I'll see if we can try to figure something out. Or just, if not live, we can just film our reaction to his fight and then edit it up or something.
Absolutely. All right, Tim, I have to go do a drive now in partial darkness, so that's going to be fun.
Okay. What is it? Your night blindness? Is that why you smoke the marijuana for your night blindness?
Yeah, well, I mean, it does happen.
Mm-hmm. It will happen every once in a while, I'm
Magic
sure.
wand, everybody. Yes, we appreciate everybody that came in, commented. As always, you can go to the MMAholes.com. That's the MMAholes.com. I feel kind of bad I didn't tag their website in our Twitter post today, But you can always give us a follow as well. Send anything you'd like to us. We will read it. Because to be honest with you, we're lonely and we need people to watch us and validate us. And it's a good time. Follow us at Bro Plata. You can follow Tim Danko at Dig Danko. If you're on YouTube, the social media is in the description. So is mine at Ray Highclack. And also our general Facebook or our general link. I think I'm going to make a link tree here soon so we can just put that up in the descriptions every time. That's an easy thing to do. But we appreciate everybody for commenting, liking, giving us thumbs up, and making us feel validated. We are the Bro Plata. And as I've said it many times, I'll say it over again, motherfuckers. We will see you at the Kumite.
Ray, they have open casting call for the adult Legends of the Hidden Temple series. They want adults.